What's going on, YouTubers? Obviously, see, we're going to have some fun today. So we're waiting for our Facebook family to come online, and then we'll get going from there. Hope you guys are having a great day. A couple more days till the end of the year. So here we go. Arrgh, hello, me land lovers. It's Captain Graybeard here, and I'm here to tell you about a journey that we're going on. I need a crew to go with me on a special journey. And you are my crew, congratulations. Now I want to tell you a story I came across in a knife fight with Captain Jack Sparrow himself. The key to immortality. Ha ha ha. A treasure map of all treasure maps. Can you see it? Isn't it amazing? Isn't it gorgeous? And this will lead us to the buried treasure here. Ha ha ha. The X marks the spot. We have to go past the dragon, the sea dragon named Elsa, and go through the mountain range of rockiness between the coconut trees and past Tiger's Crest to get to the ending. The X marks the spot. Now once we get to the X, we'll have riches beyond our wildest dreams. Are you going to join my crew? Of course you are. Why? Because you're watching this video. Alright, enough of that. What's going on, everybody? I was close to I can get to a pirate, so there we go. But that's kind of what I wanted to go into, the pirate's journey. And the reason I wanted to go into the pirate's journey is because it has a lot to do with this right here, this map. And when you see the stories, you hear the stories about pirates, what do? They generally get a treasure map, and they follow the treasure map through all kinds of terrain, and then they find it on land. They go through the special markings that were drawn out to end up at the X marks the spot, which is the place where they were trying to go, because they're looking for a specific treasure. Now, what's interesting about a pirate map is that in all reality, if Google was ahead of the pirates or in charge of pirates maps, we would see that there were all kinds of X's all over the place, right? And that dictates treasure in that same area. But the one treasure we're looking for is this one. And so we need to find the direction to get to that. Okay? So why did I pick a pirate's journey? Because that's life. Okay? Through life, we go through our own treasure map. We don't really know where we're going. Without the treasure map, a pirate would sail around and just go anywhere and look for anything without knowing what it's looking for. Without a pirate knowing what it's seeking, then it won't find it. So if it doesn't know it's seeking treasure, then it doesn't know to find it. If it doesn't know that it wants to go on a specific journey to a specific island where that one treasure is, then they'll never find it. If it sails around aimlessly and hopes to find it, they'll never find it. Why? Because in all reality, you must have a direction and a map with some kind of directions that you can follow to get to where you want to go. All right? So that's part one. So we got our treasure map, and we're following this to a T. The problem is that this is drawn, by somebody else, and in the drawings, if you notice here, they're based on different land markings, and you're going through this and through that, whatever. But the X is the whole goal, right? So the cool thing about treasure maps, they'll lead you somewhere. And you in life are going through treasure maps, if you allow it to. See, most people would rather just stay on their boat instead of getting off their boat and going to seek the treasure. Now, what is the treasure for you? It could be money, it could be success, whatever you deem success to be. It could be happiness, it could be all these different things. But what the problem is that without getting off your boat or without sailing your boat, picking up anchor and sailing, you will never find what you're looking for. Now, so let's say we go through all the trouble of getting to the X marks the spot, right? So we get to the X. The X is there. We get to it, right? The one thing that we don't really pay attention to is that when a pirate gets to the spot, they don't just go, yay, we made it, and leave. That's not what happens. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. When they get to the spot, then they have specialized direction and action that goes into creating and getting exactly what they went to go get. So they start digging and digging and digging and digging and trying to find all these different places, and they start going down. So when a pirate arrives at his destination and they reach the X, they start the action to go deep to find their treasure. So with humans like us who are not pirates, who are everyday modern day people, When we find our treasure, and our treasure could be our dreams, our aspirations, our goals, that financial situation I was talking about. It could be what your heart's desire is, your dream, all of that stuff. When you get there, you don't just stop. The cool thing about getting to your X is that once you arrive at your X, that's when the fun begins, because then you start going down. Because the reason that a pirate digs down into the ground where they think the pirate treasure is buried is because they want to get depth in an area. When a pirate is going searching, it searches broad first to get to the general location of what they are looking for, and then they dig down to go get where the treasure is. And that's life. You will go through life slowly but surely, putting energy into all these different things, sailing here, crossing here, fighting tigers, slaying dragons, whatever you've got to do, until you reach the X on your spot or on your map that you've been drawn. Now, the cool thing is that sometimes you draw your own map, sometimes someone else draws it for you, but you find that X. So when you find where you think that X is, that's when you start to dig deep. That's when you start to invest your heart and your soul into your work, so that when you get done, what you have is something of treasure that you've created. Instead of having something that, you're wandering around. Like, how many people in life, this is what I think pirates, this is what modern day pirates do. Wander around their lives, realize they have bills, and then stop wherever they are at that particular time and just start digging wherever they are to try to find some gold. But it's not going to work that way. You might find a little bit of gold, but you're not going to find a lot. So in the pirate maps, in the pirate game, think about Pirates of the Caribbean, trademark Disney, keep it. When they went to find treasure in different areas, they saw a lot of dead skeleton bones and all kinds of other stuff. Dead people everywhere, right? Those dead people are people who never made it close enough to the treasure, but they were still seeking it. Now, the question is will you get to the point where in your life you will get close to the treasure and you won't dig for it? Or will you just aimlessly wander around and think you know where it is and dig in the wrong spot? That could be a job that you're not supposed to be doing. That could be a life that you're not supposed to be living, but you're living it because you think you have to. The problem is society has given us these things called bills, and I don't want to even say responsibility, but bills that we've taken upon ourselves that really anchor us down into the water. And it doesn't allow for our ship to move. That's the whole point of an anchor. It's to weigh you down. It's to anchor you down. The thing is, when you go out and you have to pull up that anchor to sail to find. Because as long as that anchor is there, you will stay in the exact same spot. You might drift back and forth. If you know anything about ships, you might drift back and forth on the water. But in all reality, you're staying pretty much right where you are. The only way for you to go get this X is to pull up your anchor and take a chance and going out there and finding out what's true to you. What's true in your heart, what's true to be. And once you go out there and you find it and you start getting to your X, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, X marks the spot. And then you dig, there's a pleasure in that. Because you're going to reach something that you never knew was possible. Happiness. Because you realize that the pirate game, whenever they're digging for these treasures, right? They dig. And when they get to the treasure, they open it up and they're all excited. They rejoice, they're this or that. How often do you find that they dig, they find the treasure, they open it up, and it has in there all their wildest dreams, and then they get sad, like, oh no, well, I found all the treasure. It never happens that way. Because in that treasure chest lies happiness, lies love, lies all of the things in your life that you thought you're missing, and the reason that you drew the treasure map in the first place. Happier life, happier children, happier wife, brand new car, brand new, whatever you decide is in your treasure chest. You have to go seek it to get it. And that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, today. That's pretty much it. Just remember that this treasure map is going to get you in the general vicinity, but when you get to that X, that's when you got to dig your heels in and you got to go for it. You got to leave all behind. You got to work. Your hands are going to blister. You're going to bleed. It's okay because you're going to be tired. It's okay because you've got to get to that treasure. You've got to dig because the world needs you to have that treasure. Without you having that treasure, you can't spend it in the world. And I mean spend it not as if it's money, but spend it as in giving your heart through your work. And your work and your joy and your passion are all in that treasure chest. But it's up to you to pick up anchor and go find it. And that's all I have for you today. Arg, me mateys, I appreciate you being here. You have a fantastic day. Aye. Ha ha ha. Have a good one, guys. Oh, remember, I believe and I love in each and every one of you. I don't know where my pirate accent went, but it's there. But you guys have a blessed one. I love you. I truly do, and I appreciate you being here. And have a blessed one, and we will talk soon. I don't know what pirates say, but goodbye.